Thanks so much for staying with us. This is the second year that Bibb County Superior Court Clerk Woodford has invited residents to a series of educational and helpful community conversations, and she's here today to share more about some of the upcoming events. Thanks so much for joining us today. I first want to ask you, can you kind of tell us what inspired you to launch the Conversations with the Clerk series?
Thank you, Connor, for having me. So the Conversations with the Clerk was inspired by one of our missions, which is to take the mission of the clerk's office outside the walls of the courthouse. We want to demystify the court process. We want to educate the community and let them know that we're here as a resource. Many times people come to the courthouse or to the clerk's office and it's one of the scariest moments or most difficult times in their life. So again, we want to just make the courts accessible, user-friendly, and provide a resource to our constituents.
And this is a running series through August at the Washington Memorial Library. Let's kind of talk about the different sessions and the resources you guys are providing, starting with the first training happening on Wednesday, notary training. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So to be a notary, anyone in Georgia, almost anyone can become a notary. You have to be 18 years of age, you have to be a legal resident of the county in which you are applying, and you also have to have endorsers, as well as pay $55 and take a test, which is mandatory. So this notary training is to tell everyone or to train all our potential notaries about the law. Notaries are very important because they help with fraud prevention as well as preventing other bad actors. So we need our notaries to know the importance of this role, the rules, the regulations, the do's and don'ts, just to make sure that they stay in compliance with the law and to make sure that they don't get into any trouble or don't contribute to any bad acts.
And then also on June 17th, you guys are providing some resources and information about the Enslaved Peoples Project. Can you kind of tell me more about that and what resources are available?
So the Enslaved People Project is really near and dear to my heart. We are the official record keeper of the county, and we have property records dating from 1823 to present. Some of those records include when Black Americans were enslaved. And so the purpose of this conversation with the clerk, one, it's on the eve of Juneteenth, which is timely, and we've talked about the Enslaved People Project several times in the community, but this time we will have one of our founding partners, Dr. Chester Fontenot, as well as an ambassador of that program, Ms. Brenda Sutton-Williams, to talk and share insights about the project, about the different resources available, and how the community can use these free online resources to trace their ancestry, to do other research into the history of Macon or the history of their family.
You guys are also doing a session on e-file. That's going to be on July 15th. Can you kind of talk about what e-file is and how your session can kind of help folks with it?
So e-filing is statutorily mandated in most civil cases. So the public needs to know the process of e-filing, how to sign up, and how to create an account. This session is very important also to let the public know where they can e-file. You don't have to get off work and come to the courthouse, find parking in the middle of the day. You can file from home. You can also file from one of the many public libraries in the county. We actually have e-filing kiosks set up in majority of our public libraries for convenience for our citizens. So we are sharing that information, again, so that we can provide access to justice. And free kiosk around the county is definitely access to justice.
For sure, and it sounds like you guys are really trying to make the court system as accessible as possible. August, you bring notary training back again for folks maybe who missed out. And then there's a Passport 411 session about that. Can you tell me about that and what folks maybe don't understand about the passport process?
So the clerk's office is a passport agency or facility in our county. So we like to provide this 411. This will be our first 411 session because many people come in to apply for passports and they don't have all the necessary documentation. So we want to make sure that our constituents, one, have the necessary documents, the necessary payments and the different payment forms, as well as we want to provide some travel hacks so that, you know, when they get ready to go on their international trips, they know that they need to sign up with the Department of State in case something happens, the different embassies. They need to have all the resources that they need so that when they're traveling, they can have a peace of mind. But also before they travel, they can go through that application process seamlessly. I'd also like to note that we are offering a Saturday passport, or we call it Passport Saturday, on June 27th at the Bibb County Courthouse. We offer Passport Saturdays 4 times a year because sometimes you can't get off work, you can't get both parents together to bring the child to apply for a passport. So that will give folks the opportunity to come on their off day and apply for passports.
And then you guys are kind of wrapping up this whole series in August with the session about the homeownership or real estate fraud. Can you kind of tell me a little bit more about that?
So we've been seeing a lot of real estate fraud in our community and really across the state. This session is to, one, make citizens aware of 2 resources that we have, 2 free resources. One is called Property Check and one is called FANS, the Filing Activity Notification System. And citizens can sign up and get notifications when anything is filed on their property. We want to provide peace of mind so that our constituents know, that we care, we're there for as a resource again, and we just want to make sure that they're aware of the different types of fraud involving property.
Well, it sounds like you guys have a lot of great stuff going on there. I know the courthouse is often a maybe scary place or an unfamiliar, complex place. You guys are kind of opening it up. Just to recap all of this, the Conversations with the Clerk starts Wednesday on June the 10th and then continues through August. These discussions are happening at 5:30 at the Washington Memorial Library on Washington Avenue. To stay up to date with all of the latest events, be sure to check out the Bibb County Superior Court Clerk's office on social media.